Hello everybody! We're here at RemoteCon with yet another very interesting product demo on remote work tools. Here with us now we have Google Drive, a file storage and synchronization service developed by Google. In addition to a website, Google Drive offers apps with offline capabilities for Windows and Mac OS computers, as well as Android and iOS smartphones and tablets. It encompasses Google Docs, Google Sheets, and Google Slides, which are the part of an Office suite that permits collaborative editing. Files created and edited through the Office suite are saved in Google Drive. On the website, users can search for an image by describing its visuals and use natural language to find specific files, such as Find My Budget spreadsheet. Launched in 2012, Google Drive allows users to store files on their servers, synchronize files across devices, and share them. For our demo here today, we have Teodor Tăbărcă, Google Trainer Partner. Hello, Teodor. It's nice to have you here.
Hello.
Can you please walk us a bit through the functionalities of Google Drive? We have used it all with our Google email address, but I'm assuming for the business version, you have like extra options and some other things that we may not know about.
Sure. It would be my pleasure to show you that. This is the basic Google Drive interface that you will be having. This is the homepage, so to speak. I will be showing the functionalities as they are on the screen. We have on the center upper part of the page a search option, a search field that has more filters and functionalities for the search. I would not like to waste much time going through there because they're also self-explanatory, but I would like to mention and specify this fact that you can just click on the type of document or file that you'd like to find, and you will be shown with all of those. And moreover, if you'd like to find just one such file, you can also add additional words that describe it or are found in its name, and you will be reaching that file in no time. On the left side of the screen, you will be having this multicolored plus button next to the new text, which is a button for uploading files or folders, or creating new folders in your Drive account, or actually starting new Google Docs, Sheets, Slides, or even forms from a blank presentation or based on a template. You will also be noticing several other apps here, and besides that, you can connect even more apps through the G Suite Marketplace interface. Basically, in short, G Suite Marketplace is for G Suite what Google Play is for Android. You will be having here a lot of applications developed both by Google and third parties that can be integrated with the G Suite and will offer you additional options in addition to what you can do with Drive by itself. Going further, we have this priority menu where you will be finding those files and the documents that you have marked as being important for you. We also have here this Workspaces functionality that is basically a folder of shortcuts, and you can create several other workplaces that serve different functions depending on your needs. And of course, you can also add files, as you can see, that will help you find them, that you will need to use later on, and that you would like to find easier and without wasting too much time. You will be noticing here that there's a limit of 25 files per workplace, and that should be taken into consideration when organizing such a workplace for yourself. Moreover, you can also hide such workplaces because we also have this option in Drive of sharing our accounts or part of it. And of course, there are always information that we would like to be having private and not shared with anyone else. We have here two other functionalities, My Drive and Shared Drives. So My Drive, of course, refers to the drive that we're having and the files inside of it. If we click on this arrow, we're going to have a folders list. Since I only have one folder, I only have just an option here. Shared files is a functionality that only applies to the paid accounts, to the business ones, where you are being able to share your entire drive or part of it with other participants. Now, don't take me wrong. Of course, in the consumer version, you can, of course, share files and folders, but not an actual entire drive. In the Share With Me menu, we're going to see all the files that have been shared with us by other users. In the recent folder, of course, we were going to see all of the files that we have recently accessed and the more details about it, such as when was it last opened by whom, who is the owner, and size, and so on and so forth. The information is very simple, very useful, but it's not too complicated for anyone to understand, even for those that meet with the Google Drive for the first time. Under the Start menu, we have all of those files that we have marked with the star that can be done with a right click at the start. And this way, we're going to have a favorites, let's say favorites folder that serve our subjective uses. In the bin, we have the classic trash bin where we're deleting information. And when it comes to storage, we can see exactly how much each file occupies. And of course, depending on the GC package that you're using, how much storage space you have left. Or in my case, since I am having a GC package that offers me infinite storage space, simply how much storage space I'm using without any kind of limits. For those accounts that are administrative accounts, such as mine, you have here a shortcut that will redirect you to the administrating console. But since that is not part of Google Drive, I would not like to go into it, just mention it that it's there. We also have here more options for support. If you click on this, we're going to find more information about the account itself. And moreover, when we are selecting a file, I think you have noticed that some options appeared here. So the first option is having the possibility of obtaining this shareable link. The shareable link can be personalized in order to serve the uses that you have. So this is the actual link, and you can decide here who you can share this file with, if it's restricted in the way that you'd like it to be, if it's only shareable with the persons or users inside of your organization, or if it can be shared with anyone as long as they are having this link. Moreover, once selecting that, you can also select the level of access, because one can view a file, one can comment on a file, which does not allow the user to edit or change that file, but it does allow you to add any kind of comments that would show, I don't know, some tasks that need to be done or any other such activities. And the last level of access is editor, where by having this level of access, you can do anything that you'd like. You can change it, you can delete a file, you can adjust it in any such way. I would have liked to show you this thing, but because, as you can see here, because the link that I have here was made public, I can no longer personalize it as I would like to. So I'm going to change back to my organization. And here we have the option of whether people in my organization can search for this file or not. Besides the setting option, we have the possibility of sharing this file by also adding the email address of the users we would like to share it with. Simply adding it here, we can also add a short message that can explain to that person exactly why we have shared this file with them. We can yet again select the level of access and select whether or not they can change permissions and share. So this is an important fact. Make sure that the users that you do not want to have these permissions will not have these permissions. And also if the viewers or commenters can download, print, or copy these files. These are important options and they need to be taken into consideration. Okay, once we have selected the email address, the level of access, and all of the information necessary for sharing this file, we can just click send. And whenever you're going to share a file outside of your organization, like I'm doing now, Google will always ask you, are you sure you want to do this? Make sure that you are sharing it with the right person, because this user is not part of your organization. So you can just click cancel or share anyway, and Google will assist you with that. Moving on, we have this button of preview. So if we would not like to open such a Sheets file in another tab, in another window, we can just preview it here based on that button. Now, as you can see, this file is completely empty. It's an untitled spreadsheet. It has no information, but if it would have had any such information, that would have been shown here. We have the option of downloading it, or yet again, adding it as a favorite, moving it to a different folder, renaming it, or having more details about this file. This is, of course, the button that allows us to remove it, to delete the file. And here we have a button that will open up a menu with more options. I'm going to talk about this in a certain order, and you're going to understand precisely why a bit later on. So we have the option of adding it to a workplace, such as the one that I have shown you earlier. We have the option of adding a shortcut to our drive to have it here in priority. We can move it to different folders. We can name it, as I said, and we can view these details. Let's go now here. So this details menu will show exactly what type of file it is, what size it has, the storage is being used, the location of it, the owner, last modified, when and by whom, or last opened, when and by whom, when it was created, and also if it has a description and if the viewers can download it or not. In terms of activity, we can also see exactly what has been done here. So some time ago, I created this item, then I renamed it, then I shared it, and I changed the permission on it. You can see everything that has been done with such a file. And this is very useful, of course, for the owners of files that would like to have as much control as possible about regarding their data. Here with this button, we can actually select the way that files show, if they're tiled or listed. This is useful for each person in turn. And yeah, we did not address here as well. So we have more settings here, and this is a bit more complex menu. I would not like to really go through all of them, but then again, these options are self-explanatory. They're very easy to understand. Information regarding storage, language, offline capability, because as some of you may or may not know, you can actually activate this offline function so that you will have a part of the drive files, or all of them, available even when you're not connected to the internet. If you'd like to process any changes to those files, they will be updated in Drive, of course, only when you will be connected to the internet again. There are several suggestions here and options that can activate or deactivate. We have settings regarding notifications, and of course, we have settings regarding apps that have been implemented and synchronized with Google Drive. This is a small menu that can redirect you to other G Suite apps. I don't have to go through that right now. And on the right side of the screen, we have another lateral small menu that shows 3 predefined apps. Calendar, for example, that shows you the schedule you have for today. For example, later on, I'll have a Google Sheets webinar, and even later on, I have to call a fictive company for discussing a fictive offer. We have this Keep application that allows you to make notes for yourself regarding all sorts of activities that you'd like to do, or we can also make an actual list item, for example, option 1, option 2, so that we will not forget that we have to do them. And once they're done, we can just mark them here and they will show as being completed. Okay, so they will not disappear, they're not deleted. You can have a record of everything that was done and was not done. And as you can see for yourself, it's a very simple and easy interface. It's nothing complicated about it. The last one is tasks in this Trello implementation. You can add tasks for yourself. It's very similar to what I've showed you here in Google in Keep Notes. And besides these 3 predefined applications that come along with the Drive application, you can get even more add-ons. And this button, as I was thinking, it opens up the same G Suite marketplace with endless possibilities regarding what you can do to G Suite. Of course, this marketplace has applications that are being updated constantly, and more applications are being developed for the uses of Drive. Besides that, I'd like to also show you a few very, very interesting and useful functionalities of G Suite. For example, the fact that you can search for a photo based on the text that is found in it. Let's use, for example, the word call. And by using the word call, I have been provided with a photo by Drive that if I'm to open, I'm going to see it actually has the word call in it. This is a photo, it has no text. But Google Drive is just that smart that it can actually understand text from photos and find your images based on the text contained inside them. Moreover, we can actually have this option of right-clicking on it, and we can open it with Google Docs. And what this will do, this will take the text found in the photo, and it will convert it into an editable format. So this Google document will show me the actual photo, the origin where I started from, but also the text, which I can copy, I can edit, I can delete, I can do whatever I want with it. And in my opinion, this is very cool because it saves a lot of time. If you have to transcribe such information from photos to text, this is a very, very useful functionality.
Just as a question, does it do the same thing for audio files? Or like maybe the Google Meets or like meetings?
No, just images.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you very much for showing us through the features. I must say I'm a bit overwhelmed of everything that Google Drive can do. But to be honest, we're actually using Google Drive for ourselves in the company. And I must say to everybody, it's actually very intuitive and very, very handy to use. And especially to synchronize with all the devices, that's a blessing. So, yeah. So thank you everybody for watching. To find out more about Google Meet, please visit our website and join us at RemoteCon for more infos on remote work tools. Thank you.